Tears of the Kingdom is an absolutely incredible game. I mean, it's my favorite game of all time, so yeah, I'm a little biased, but trust me, this game is awesome. Like, there's just always something to do when you're playing it. Like, it's so hard to stop having fun when you're playing the game. This is because the game is filled with exploration and tons of content. A very large amount of the content that's in this game is within the shrines that are scattered around the map. There are 152 shrines in this game, and each one of them contains a little puzzle that you can solve to get a reward. A lot of the time to solve this little puzzle, you have to use one or more of Link's abilities. And if you don't know, Link has this crazy ancient arm that has a ton of magical abilities in this game. These are the ability to ascend through ceilings, fuse things together, move objects, and move things back through time. And when I say move objects, I don't mean like moving them with his arm, I mean moving them with his arm. Yeah, you get it, right? While all of these abilities are great, for this video I want to find out how many of these shrines a normal guy like me could do. And since I don't have magic powers, a lot of these shrines are just going to be completely impossible. I should probably set a few rules before we get into it. First of all, Link is allowed to bring things into the shrine, so just like in the game, you can bring stuff in. The stuff that I'm allowing to be brought into these shrines would be like stuff from Hyrule that's like in the game. So like I'd be allowed to bring in like an ice fruit or a fire fruit or a demon bow, you know? Just random stuff from the game. Also, the Zonai devices would work just like how they do in the game, so you can turn them on and off and they blow wind or whatever they do. One more thing is that Link has abilities that regular people don't have, but also in real life you can do things that Link can't do. So ledges like this that you can't climb over in the game, a real life person could jump up and probably pull themselves up over, so that opens up other doors for possible ways that shrines can be solved. I'm just gonna bring up other rules as it comes up if I missed anything, but one last thing to keep in mind is that just because it might be dangerous or scary, that doesn't make it impossible. As long as I think it can reasonably be done by a real life person, then I'll give it a pass. Also, this video is technically a part 2, but you don't need to watch the first one to watch this one. In the first part, I covered the shrines north of this line on the surface, and in this part, I'll be covering the shrines to the south of it and the shrines that are in the sky. If you don't want spoilers for the first part, then I would just watch this video until the end of it and then just watch the first part, because the end of this video will end up spoiling the first part. Also, one last thing, if I don't mention the shrine in this video and it falls below that line or it's in a sky island, that means I think it's impossible and it just wasn't worth talking about because it was repetitive or so obviously impossible. But alright, I think that's all I needed to say for the intro, so let's get started with the shrines. The first shrine I'll be talking about for this video is the Turakawak Shrine, and I'm only talking about this shrine to show you the different surfaces that you can climb on. So these metal cubes here are perfectly climbable because there's like little latches for you to put your hands, but just like how Link can't scale the perfectly flat shrine walls, you also can't do that in real life. So yeah, this one's impossible because you'd have to climb those kind of walls to actually get up to the second part of the shrine, so impossible. The next shrine is the Otutsum Shrine, and unlike the last one, this one is very possible. This is one of the many Raru's Blessing shrines that are in this game. These shrines are all the exact same. They just have a set of stairs and that's pretty much it. So yeah, it would really suck to watch if I cover them all separately, so I'll just list them all here so you don't have to watch it. The Raru's Blessing shrines are for when the actual puzzle of the shrine is in the overworld and the shrine just kind of contains the reward. If you want me to do a video to see if these shrines would actually be possible to get to in real life, just let me know. Anyway, add a plus 33 to our count of shrines that are actually possible, because that's how many Raru's Blessing shrines there are. The Road to Mamo Shrine is close to passing because the first part could easily be done by just walking up the ramp really fast. The second part has this jump that you can't do in the game, but you could just reach up and grab the ledge in real life, so the second part would be fine. Sadly, the last part has these concrete blocks that you need to move to like counterweight the seesaw little thing here, and those are way too big for an average person to move, so yeah, this one would be impossible. It's super tough to decide if the Kudanisar Shrine is possible or not. The first obstacle this shrine throws at you is obviously the sand that's flowing throughout this shrine. It's pretty easy to walk through in the game, and I don't think it would be super different in real life, so there's no problem there. There is this fence right here, but since it's short and there's gaps in it, I think it would be possible to just climb over in real life. So even though in the game you have to use Ultra Hand here, it would be possible to do it without Ultra Hand. A nice bomb flower throw takes care of the enemy here, and obviously the ladder wouldn't be a problem in real life. If you just put a ton of random things on this spot right here, like a ton of bananas or something, the ball will get launched into a random spot and not into the gated area across the entire shrine. So theoretically, it would be possible for the ball to just roll off and to be easily picked up just right in front of you. And if you put the ball in the right spot here, you can get to the end of the shrine, so this one is possible. The Meteor Tank Shrine is the first Proving Ground shrine that we've run into so far. In this shrine, you have to kill all of the constructs to make it to the end of the shrine. In the last shrine, I said it was possible to take out one of these guys, but I think a whole horde of them would just be way too many for a normal guy to do. Like, Link just eats these hits from the constructs, but let's just be real. He's just like that. So yeah, all these Proving Ground shrines are pretty impossible for like regular fellas like us. The Soryotanag Shrine, and I'm probably saying that wrong, has a theme of things buried into sand. In real life, you could obviously dig the stuff out of the sand, so the first room here would be a breeze to get through. You get it? Breeze? Right? Okay, sorry. Anyway, the second room of the shrine has a place where you have to use the Ascend ability, so this one is impossible. So yeah, I said that stupid breeze joke for no reason. The Karahatag Shrine? Yeah, I'm saying that one wrong. It's a shrine that's pretty focused on archery, so you'd obviously have to bring a bow and arrow into it. I'm not sure how you're actually supposed to do the shrine, but the weird way I did it the first time I did this shrine is how you could do it in real life. Basically, you throw this torch the shrine gave you and this flame pedestal on top of the button. Then you just light your arrows and shoot them at the little targets and the door opens. So yeah, this one's completely possible. I mean, not everyone's a great shot with a bow and arrow, but you have unlimited arrows, so eventually you'll hit it. I only included the Siwakama Shrine in this video just to talk about how you can climb these walls in the game but not in real life. But the last part of the shrine has this crazy huge jump, so yeah, there's no way that this one's possible. So many of these shrines here are just so obviously not possible when you walk in, like the Susu Shrine here. I mean, just look how crazy this is. The Maya Chin Shrine has this very scary moving platform that I would definitely be afraid to step on in real life, but this part's possible. The next part of this shrine could be easily passed with a bomb arrow. And I know in the game you use like the fuse ability when you put things on arrows, but if you just gently poked the end of the arrow into the bomb arrow and then shot it, I think it would be fine. So yeah, this one passes. The Kyoga-gun Shrine is the most simple, straightforward shrine this game has. All you have to do is just place these balls in the right spot. So yeah, we have another shrine that's possible in real life. For the section of this map that I'm covering in the video, there are two combat shrines. They're called the Teneten Shrine and the Eshos Shrine. These shrines just train you how to do things in the game and would be possible in real life. I couldn't get really good footage for it, so I'm just including them together here. But yeah, both of them are possible. The next shrine we'll be talking about is the Utsushok Shrine, and the shrine has these hammers that I think would be possible to move in real life by pushing them up the hill part here. But on the second hammer, you need to attach a huge metal cube, so it's not gonna pass. The Geocom Shrine is filled with a bunch of these rails. In real life, it's possible to crawl along these things, so they wouldn't pose a threat to it being possible. I'm gonna shield surf in the footage though, because it's so much easier to do in the game. But yeah, you can just do this throughout the entire shrine, so yeah, this one is definitely possible. I'm including the Morok Shrine here just to say that with normal gravity, these launching things would completely shatter every bone in your legs, if not your entire body. So this makes a lot of shrines in this game impossible. I just want to say here that there are so many cool shrines in this game, like this scooping one. Like, this is such a fun little idea, even though, yeah, there's just no way in hell you could do this in real life. Now we're moving on to the shrines that are in the sky, and to start out we have the Maya Yumika Shrine. I included this one just because the shrine is so cool, but there's just no way a regular guy is pulling this off in real life. The Tenbei Shrine is kinda tough to decide if it would be possible. First of all, I'll say the anti-gravity would work because I'm assuming it's some kind of Zonai technology, so that stays the same. I think in anti-gravity it wouldn't hurt you nearly as much, so I think this part would be fine. Then after this launch, the rest of the shrine is fully possible, so I guess this one passes. The Rakashog Shrine's theme is just using light to open doors. The first part is easily possible, I mean you just have to hold this light thing. But the second part of the shrine wouldn't be possible to do without Ultra Hand. This shrine looks a lot like a Raru's Blessing Shrine, but it isn't. The Siamotsa Shrine fakes you out, and it would almost be possible to do because all it requires is firing arrows at these targets. Sadly, the targets open up this launch thing that would just kill a real life person because it's not in anti-gravity. So now we're on to the first 4 shrines of the game that are on the Big Sky Island. So to start off, we have the Ultra Hand Shrine. It's called the Ukko Shrine, and it's pretty easy to see that this one wouldn't be possible. I've seen someone actually do this jump in-game at the start, but it wouldn't be realistic to do in real life. So yeah, this one's impossible. The In-Isa Shrine is the Fuse Shrine, but luckily since you can bring items into shrines, this one has a good chance of being possible. A bomb flower can get you through the first part of the shrine pretty easily. To be honest, I'm not sure which one, but one of these chests has a small key that opens the door. Luckily, both of them are pretty easy to get. One of them just with a bomb flower and the other one with a fire fruit arrow. The third part has this construct and a wall you need to use a bomb flower on, so if you just throw a ton of bomb flowers, you should be okay. So yeah, this one is just fully possible. I'm just gonna say it, the reversing time one is just fully impossible. There's this waterfall that nobody in the world could climb up, so yeah. The shrine where you get ascend is also obviously impossible. Like, you can't even get through the first room. The Mayana Shrine has another one of those targets that can be activated by a bomb arrow, so this one is another possible shrine. The Katayunar Shrine seems completely impossible right when you walk in. There's a pool of lava, and yeah, you can use the hydrants to create a path across, but it would be way hot to do this in real life, right? Well, there's actually a heat-resistant armor that exists in Hyrule, so if you just wear that, you should be fine with the heat. It doesn't protect you from falling in the lava itself, but it does protect you from a lot of the heat it gives off. So if you just do this shrine the intended way and just hold the hydrant, you should be able to get through this. The last shrine I'll be talking about is the Mogusari Shrine. This one is one of my top 2 favorite shrines in this game, and it's actually almost possible. Most of the shrine is just driving these pre-made cars on a track in anti-gravity, so it's pretty sick. But sadly, the last part requires you to attach a rocket to the car to make this big jump, and since Ultra Hand isn't allowed, this shrine is impossible. So now I've covered every single shrine in Tears of the Kingdom. If you haven't seen the first part, I'd recommend you watch that before seeing all the stats. But if you don't care about spoilers or you already have seen it, then stick around. So okay, of the 152 shrines, 71 of them are possible in real life, which is pretty crazy how high that number is. Like, that's way higher than I thought it was going to be going into this. But I mean, over half of those are Raru's Blessing Shrines. To be exact, 50 of them are. So if we subtract those out of the equation, 21 of the 102 shrines are possible to make it through in real life. This is definitely way closer to the number I was expecting. Like, I didn't really think any of these would be possible in real life, honestly. So yeah, that's all the stats I really have. So yeah. Leave a like if you liked the video, and subscribe if you aren't already. Thanks to everyone who's been watching. It's just like, it's so cool to see people like things that I make. So yeah, that's it though. Okay, bye.